Welcome back, everyone. Today, I've got a special guest, my good friend from dental school, Günther Streit, Dr. Günther Streit. First Namibian on the show, first German speaker on the show.
Besta.
Günther, thanks for coming, man. What are you doing in Joburg?
That's great. It's great being here, man.
Yeah, what you doing in Joburg?
We decided to, the wife and I decided to just take a time out, and we're going to go check out the Offspring. Green Day.
Yeah?
At Calabash tomorrow.
Oh, the FNB Stadium, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Is that like, that's rock type of music? What is
That's sort of a punk rock kind of feel.
Yeah, and that's your vibe.
So yeah, I mean, Green Day, interesting fact. I don't know, I'm going off a bit off script.
Please do what you need to, yeah.
Dexter Holland, right? He's actually Professor.
Who's Dexter
Brian.
Holland?
He's the lead singer of the Offspring.
Okay.
He actually just finished his PhD about 2 or 3 years ago, but still.
Okay.
His PhD. So it goes to show that you don't have to being cool. It doesn't just mean going into music and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You can be smart too.
Okay.
So you can sort of, you understand, you get that sort of mix between the two.
So Günther, you're a dentist.
Yeah.
And because you're a dentist, I want to start off by talking about your roots.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah.
So
Jumping off here, but
yeah, your roots. I mean, take me all the way back. You're from Namibia.
Yes. Yeah.
Grew up, born and bred there, or
close. I was born in Cape Town, and just before independence of Southwest Africa back then, there was obviously a lot of conflict happening and a lot of unrest. And my folks decided they wanted to move to a safer environment. So, and then my father's actually from Namibia, or Southwest Africa. And we decided they did, I was only 5, decided to move back. And yeah, then I started my primary school back then.
Okay, so
1990.
Your folks moved to Cape Town during the unrest. You were born in Cape Town?
Yeah.
And then you moved back to Namibia at the age of 5?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so from 5 till probably matric. Is it called matric in Namibia?
Yeah.
What do your folks do? Are they dentists? And
no, actually, interesting enough, my pops is a engineer. He studied in Cape Town, at Cape Tech. Back then, the engineers preferred to do the degrees and such to the Cape Tech. More hands-on, that sort of thing. The dynamics have changed a little bit. I see everyone qualification speaks. So they're moving now to the university thing. It's a bit different, I see nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom has always been into animal welfare and that sort of thing. So she's always been busy with that sort of thing. So yeah.
Are you any siblings or
no? Only child. Only child. That's why I demand attention.
Yeah. All right. Cape Town, then Namibia. So what's it like growing up in Namibia?
Sure.
I've never been there. Is it like similar to South Africa?
Well, that's not 100% incorrect or correct. Haven't you been to Soccermint?
No, I haven't.
Have you never been to Soccermint? Not even when you were lighting?
Never.
You must come.
Yeah.
I'm inviting you at the end of this year.
I'll be there, yeah.
All right, so that's a date. Yeah. You have to, you're listening.
Yeah.
All right, so man, I must say, I haven't even done this with my therapist, so it's going to take me a bit of time. But growing up, typical boy, a bit of it was a bit tough. I mean, my family went through a bit of a rough time, and we ended up in some problems, some financial problems, and yeah, so it was quite tough. And then I went to Emma Primary School, and then from there went to VHS, which is the more sporty kind of high school.
VHS is Afrikaans, WHS.
Yes,
that's
Günther School. Yeah.
So you went to the capital cities, the high school of the capital city.
And that was the school you wanted to go. Not just being privy to that, but it's I wanted to go to a sporting kind of school, and everyone, my father's like, we're ready to get into St. Paul's, because he went to St. Paul's, which is a private English school. Yeah. And my mom was like, okay, going to a German school probably. And then I said to him, listen, give me some time this weekend. I just want to, this is before deciding where I want to go. And then that Monday I said, listen, I made my decision. I'm going to VIS. I thought my dad was going to flip.
Yeah.
He's like, why do you want to go to an Afrikaans school? You can't even speak the language properly.
Okay, I didn't realize this whole dynamic of language.
Yeah.
So what in
They actually are English, but
Yeah.
it's more Afrikaans driven. The kids there are Afrikaans, that sort of thing. So they do lecture or teach in English.
I mean, you've made me think of something that we didn't touch on.
Tits.
No. We'll get to that. But you mentioned the language thing, and if I'm correct, Namibia was a German colony at one stage, right? So there's a big
That's
German
right.
population there.
Yes, yeah.
So what are the languages that people speak in Namibia? Is it
Well, most and foremost is English. It is a world-renowned language. And then I think secondly, it would be German, and close on its heels, Afrikaans.
is
Definitely.
it? Okay.
But that is the spoken language.
Right.
In Namibia. And then, of course, you get the Koleko
I don't know
language,
what-
the native languages
Yeah.
like Damara, Nama Damara, your San
Yeah.
languages as well. San is your Bushman.
Yeah.
I actually did a gig
Yeah.
with a Bushman.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you mean a gig? What gig?
guitar gig. Played a bit of electronic guitar.
Right.
And this guy is amazing. And he's never had classes in his life. He self-taught, but this guy can outplay me anytime, any day.
Okay,
Guitar.
that's interesting. So you're into guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing you posted recently somewhere playing at a. Was it the same gig that you're talking about?
Yeah. So it's the same gig.
Okay, but let's go back still.
Yeah.
To the growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned times were tough. Now, how did your parents manage to get you in? WHS sounds like a prestigious school to me.
No, back then it was a public school.
Right.
But they sort of pride themselves on selecting the cream of la crop.
Uh-huh.
So the best, you had to be good at sports and academics and that sort of thing. So then they were very selective.
So you were displaying those characteristics where you
Yes,
a
yeah.
top sportsman and a top academic in primary school.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got in.
Yeah. So I was very driven, and they actually and I was always in the news for swimming and really getting somewhere as a young athlete. So,
Right. So you get into WHS, you're shooting the lights out there also, academics and swimming, sporting.
It got a bit more difficult, yes, because as I walked into grade 8, or we call
grade
it
8.
sorta.
What do you call it?
Did you sorta?
No, I don't
Did you
know.
guys ever do that?
No.
We had to wear plastic bags on our feet and
No, what is that? Like
and-
initiation?
initiations. And
Was it an all-boys school?
No, it was
Okay.
co-ed. Yeah, so we had our little name tags and we had to wear, but it was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I see they don't do it anymore, but I feel that sort of builds character and it builds that cohesion in your class. You
Okay.
get to know each other and that sort of thing.
Okay.
But in any case, going off topic now. So
Please, you feel free to waffle.
this is going to be like a 3-hour
We've got enough
3-hour session here, man. But we I got started getting better into the swimming. I got into SA Nationals already in grade 8.
Right.
And-
SA Nationals, but wait, hold on. SA Nationals, that tells me South African Nationals.
Yeah.
But it's in Namibia.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, for me to qualify for Olympics and that sort of thing, I had to swim at SA Nationals. It's just they've got the right timekeepers and timing equipment and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. So SA Nationals are like trials for
Yeah.
Olympics, but you're representing Namibia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can represent your club, like London Finns, maybe even Roland Skuman used to, Roland.
Yeah,
Roland Skuman used to represent, I think, Mr. Price Seagulls. Back in the day. I'm at a point.
Is that a
was
club?
there.
That's a club, right?
Yeah, in Durban. And they used to usually have it at Kings Park.
Yeah,
swimming
Kings
pool?
Park, yeah.
Kings Park, yeah. It was great because they really push you. And that's what I wanted to get back to, is I love Namibia, and that's why my parents decided to raise me in Namibia. Although we were having financial trouble and stuff like that, and I praise them for it. I really loads of respect for them. That's why I actually bought them a house, and they're staying there now.
Oh wow,
just to say
nice,
thanks.
Yeah,
and so because the reason why we had to go to Eastern Nationals, the competition wasn't there. So we really had to figure out ways. And luckily I got lots of sponsorships and really pushed through. And I was aiming for Olympics, which I just missed in 2004.
Okay.
I think it was.
That would have been probably your matric year.
Yes, yeah. But that's we'll get to that now.
Yeah.
No, that's a whole story on its own.
So swimming is a big part of your life.
Yeah.
You're making SA nationals and you're about to get into the Olympics and stuff. And academics?
Academics are strong. You must understand that I was away from school maybe 4 or 5 months a year.
Okay.
School, actual
Yeah.
school, and then
What, for swimming?
yeah. And I would sit and let's say it's like year-end finals or something, right?
Yeah.
I'll sit at OR Tambo. It wasn't OR Tambo back then. It was Johannesburg Airport or
Yeah. I think it was Jan Smuts or something. I don't know. Can't remember.
perhaps, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
And I'd sit there at the table and I'll be studying mathematics because I'm writing. I'm
At the
flying
airport?
At the airport because I'm flying in straight from the airport to school, write my exams. It was
Yeah.
hectic. It was hectic. But
you passed. And what did you do well? You passed, or you just scraped it?
There was a few that you just get through. For me, getting through was 60s.
And what subjects do you do in Namibia? Is it same as here?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah,
Like
we
maths,
did.
physics?
You guys did Cambridge as well?
I don't even know, man. I just know I did maths, accounting,
Biology,
physics, bio, English, Afrikaans.
Yeah.
I did 6 subjects.
Yeah, same with us. I just dropped my counting because I'm dyslexic. Heavy.
Okay.
So that was torture. You had to credit something and debit something.
I remember this.
We
thing.
had this conversation.
No, we didn't have the conversation. I remember the dyslexic thing because, okay, so Günther and I met at university. And when we used to write, we'll
get to
talk
that.
about that. Yeah. Okay, but interesting. So you dropped accounting because of dyslexia.
Yeah.
You did just things weren't adding up. Okay. So you're passing despite being away from school for like 4 or 5 months a year.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, like, what drew you to healthcare? I mean, did you go straight into dentistry, or how does matric happen?
Sure.
What happens in
so this is where it gets. It should be in a novel. I should actually write a book about this. You know, something like Robert Ludlum was saying, give it a bit of a twist, eh? But so what happened is how do I say this without giving too much up? Because there's certain parties at play that can be detrimental. So let's put it like this. I gave my transcript papers and everything to a certain individual.
What do you mean your transcript papers?
It's like your papers when you apply, your application papers and all that,
Right. Well, what were you applying for?
I was actually applying for dentistry. I just enjoyed it.
Okay, you see.
You want to know? How did I get to that now? Hey?
Yes, that's what I want to know. I mean, what makes you think I want to apply for dentistry?
Yeah, no one wants to, right? No, I mean, not most people. But what happened is I wanted to do something in the healthcare industry. I like helping people. I was always one of those agreeable people, but just don't push my buttons too far. I mean, I have a bit of a temper, and but if I wanted to always help people, and I like helping people,
right?
And I often got stepped on, that sort of thing. So, my one buddy of mine just finished medicine.
Okay,
and he was busy doing his internship. I guess it was an internship at Katatura Hospital in Winter. So I thought, this is a perfect opportunity to go shadow someone, because we didn't have it. We didn't have that at school. We didn't have that thing where you could go to where they tell you there's part of the curriculum or life science or something.
Yes, like career planning or whatever.
Exactly. We didn't have that. We had something like that, but it was really just sort of you just had to sit
checkbox
there
exercises type.
You kick a ball around in class and just cause havoc. And I thought, let me just follow my buddy.
Why did you think to do this?
I wanted to see what it's all about. I thought, no, I think it's part of my swimming etiquette, Ethic is that if I go in there, I'm going to give it full on, right?
Okay.
So I went into this, and
when do you do this, in matric or?
It was in grade 10, 11, round about there.
Well, that's taking initiative. Nobody said to you, Günther, go do this.
No.
You just said, my buddy's an intern.
Let's check it out.
Let me just go check it out.
Yeah.
So you're already thinking ahead at that young age, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why? And you probably want to know why was I thinking that?
Yes.
Poverty. I grew up things just got worse from there, and
so what are you just thinking, how am I going to support my family, or what?
Pretty much. And also how am I knew if I didn't get a bursary, that's why I did the swimming as well, because you also get to that hit the wall part in sports, right? Where you just feel you can't anymore, you just don't want to. And I guess it's a great motivator. Fear can be a great motivator, especially if you fail and your dad says he's going to send you to the farm, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want that. I mean, ask Cephas.
Yeah. You saw the Cephas interview.
No, you must told us. I remember when he was watching, what was he watching? Izzy Dingo or something?
Yeah, he used to watch Generations.
Oh, yes, Generations. Oh, man. Anyways.
So fear is a great motivator. So what were you afraid of?
I was afraid of failure. Straightforward. What's going to happen to me?
Okay.
You know, if I don't get into varsity, I'm going to end up like one of these guys that's just get nowhere in life. And I don't think I would have been like that. But I just wanted to get out of my rut.
Okay.
I just wanted to be someone.
Yeah.
And I wanted to prove to everyone I can be this person. Maybe I wasn't born with all the luxuries of like everyone else. But we can be on the same playing level, and I'm going to show you that we can, and I will better you at it. I just had that determination. It's difficult to explain.
No. You've explained it very well.
Yeah.
I did not know this about you at all. I took you at face value because we met in first year. What is it, first year, second year?
We met at anatomy.
So that's second year. Right?
I was giving the presentation because I failed in this.
Okay.
That's another story. But
so we met in second year. No, let's get to this failing thing just now.
Okay.
But remind me to talk about it because I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is, like, I took you at face value. You're a white guy from Namibia. I'm assuming you've got money and you come from like old wealth, and you know, you were also like very playful and chilled, and so you know, you never know all these things. Okay, but let's go back to grade 10 first before we get to that. Grade 10, you're thinking, I need to figure out how I'm going to support my family one day.
Yeah.
I want to go and shadow my mate at the hospital and see what medicine's all about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this something you can do?
Because you're thinking, and I don't want to put words in your mouth here or anything, but why medicine? Like, I know you said you like to help people, but then, I mean, you could have gone, you know, there's lots of industries.
Could have been a lawyer.
There's lots of industries. No comment. There's lots of industries that help people. Right?
I was just fascinated with it. I didn't see myself as an accountant. I mean, dyslexia, that's out of the business, out of the question, because you need to have your basic accounting in any case. So that really scratches a few things.
So you knew healthcare?
Yeah, I just wanted the healthcare. There was no Grey's Anatomy back then.
Yeah, we weren't watching. So it wasn't like you watched Scrubs and thought, this is cool.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tangent now. Why is there nothing, like there's no show about dentists, right?
Maybe we should do that. What do we call it?
There is at My
Dr.
Family.
Acula.
There is My Family. I think it's but it's like it's a comedy, and it's
in the British BBC
a British comedy.
Yeah, I remember
but like they portray the dentist as this miserable guy,
really useless,
who's like his wife and his kids don't
just
respect
run over
him. So it's it's not exactly something that's
it's not saying you're a guy in grade 10 is going to look up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Maybe we should go speak to the producers of
Well, how would you make a show about dentistry attractive to would-be dental students?
I think it will have to be a mini-series.
Yeah.
It will have to be a short.
I mean, dentistry has some interesting things.
Oh, no, definitely.
Amazing things now. It's not just...
And the reason I say it has to be a mini-series because it has to be like a documentary kind of feel to it, right? So you're going to have to start way back, embryology, and work your way out. So Prof now will be very happy with me with that one.
Okay, wait. So we sidetracked.
Okay, now we're going back.
You're going and shadow your friend at the hospital. What's it called?
Katatura
Hospital.
Yeah.
And how does it go?
Dreadful. Yeah. I mean, I followed him for 3 nights.
Right.
And I think we slept 2 hours.
Okay. Proper work then. Proper shadowing.
Proper, stabbings and blood and, the works.
And Namibia has all that.
Oh, yeah. It just depends the demographics, where you're going.
Okay. Well,
I guess everywhere has it, eh?
Yeah, but I mean,
look at Los Angeles.
No, when I think of Namibia, I think, peaceful, desert, tourist. Okay, but you have all that stuff also.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's, I mean, you don't go to California and go walk down Sacramento when it's burning, you're going to get burnt.
Yeah. I mean, there's a dangerous place. There's a dangerous area everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's dreadful.
Yeah.
And then you say to yourself,
this is not for me.
Not doing medicine, not applying for it.
No. Don't want this. And then there was another doctor He was an orthodontist, and
Yeah.
so I followed him. I thought, hey, this is quite cool, you know. Let me. It's clean, it's neat, and he actually makes people smile. So
Okay.
yeah, that's in that way. It's got a lot of medicine in there as well.
Yeah.
A lot of pharmacology. I like that sort of thing.
So this is
And,
the same type of also in grade 10 you're shadowing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Grade 10, grade 11. So
Yeah.
now we're moving into
Right.
grade 11. And I said, no, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Put in my application, gave it to this person.
Yeah.
Who happens to be part of my sports community.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep
Yeah.
it very vague. Eh?
Yeah. But why do you? Okay, no, go on.
Yeah, sorry.
No, why do you hand an application to a person?
Because this person was going to Tukkies the next day.
Oh. Okay.
So either I post it, registered, or I give it to this chap.
All right.
So gave it to this chap, and heard nothing. Just thought, actually phoned him and said, he came back again. He said, no, he's handed it in. I hear nothing, and everyone's getting the application letters. I even got accepted to Bloem already, you know.
Okay.
And but I didn't want to go to Bloem.
So you applied all over?
Yeah, I got accepted to Marty's and then Bloem, but nothing from Tuks. I wanted Tuks.
Just for our listeners that might not be from South Africa, Marty's is
Stellenbosch.
Okay, so you applied to Stellenbosch. Had dentistry at that time.
Stellenbosch had physio, so it was just different
so
things.
wait, no, you see,
they didn't have dentistry back then because they moved from Stellenbosch to UWC.
You see, these details I want to unpack.
Okay.
So you applied for physiotherapy.
Second choice, yeah.
Oh, second choice.
Yeah.
And what was the first choice at Stellenbosch?
It was dentistry, but I didn't know that they did the transition.
Oh, they moved to Western Cape. Okay, so basically
it just fell through.
It fell through.
Yeah.
So you applied for physiotherapy at Stellenbosch. Free State you applied for? What?
Free State was, I think it was also medicine or something.
Okay. So you just plugged in medicine.
I just plugged in, eh?
Even though you knew like 2 years.
Yeah,
it's not straightforward.
I just thought, now I need to apply everywhere, you know, and then just see what I get, and then then Tux, and then but
at
I wasn't.
Tux, you applied for medicine also.
No.
Just straight dentistry.
Dentistry, and then I think it was physio as well. So it was always, coming from a sporting background, physio is always the obvious choice.
Okay.
You understand the muscles, you understand you're working with athletes, you understand what they're going through.
I see you getting the picture now because you're explaining why the physio before I can ask. Because I'm going to ask now why physio.
You're going to come pop in there.
Okay. So you apply for all those things and then go on, yeah?
Yeah, and then I heard nothing from Tux, and I thought it was a bit strange. So I phoned admission office and they said they've never received anything.
Okay.
So then I went to this person who is very much into the sporting community now.
Yeah.
And I said, what's going on? And then how did it come out? But I found out that he actually lost the papers or something.
Okay.
Then you remember Windhoek is as big as Bloem, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as big as Pretoria or Johannesburg. So it's relatively, Bloem is big, but it's not massive, right? It's kind of a smallish community, and this is back then, before the booms. So
before what?
Before the mining boom.
Oh,
so it was still developing, still going on.
Yeah.
And then it came through the grapevine that this chap wanted me to stay an extra year to carry on with my swimming.
Oh, okay.
So you understand how this?
I get what you're
obviously, it's through the grapevine. You hear this, you hear that. So
okay.
So then I went to this dentist.
That's not cool. Yeah.
No, not at all. Eh? So I was stuck. I was like, okay, well, I wanted to go a year. I've really now missed you've got almost a time limit where you have to say yes, no, and I've really missed now all the other places. So
what's happened? This is 2004 in your matric year.
Yeah, and now I've missed now. I've missed the application.
The deadlines.
The deadlines to say yes or near. And
what would you have said yeah to?
I would have probably, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it would have
maybe Marty's, maybe the physio.
What did you get accepted for?
It was for physio.
Yeah.
And then I think it was BSc first in
Free State.
Yeah, Free State.
Okay, but it was to get into the program of medicine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously,
well, did you do well in matric or your marks?
That's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
So I just got back from where was I? I was doing the European champs or so, there was championships in Darmstadt in Germany.
For swimming,
and then on swimming, and then but I didn't feature so well. And then I went to the World Champs in Barcelona in Spain,
Wow.
and
Matric year also.
Matric year,
Sheesh.
and then I went, did that, broke a record or two, and then
Nonchalant, very nonchalant.
so I got a bursary in the States,
Right.
and there was a scout and everything. So I was sort of split between these things. If I felt like I couldn't get into Turks, I'm just not going to.
Okay.
I'd rather just go overseas,
Yeah.
So and then I was planning to go to the Olympics, and then a few things happened.
Yeah.
That prevented me, injury as well, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Prevented me making the cutoff for that times.
Right.
And I couldn't get into. I didn't qualify for the Olympics. And
Okay.
I could have applied. Even Frankie Fredericks pushed.
Yeah. That's the Namibian sprinter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I must tell you a funny story about that. No.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've got lots. I can tell you a few things. But anyway, so he pushed for me, but it didn't work out. It's a lot to do with politics.
Okay.
A lot of things happened back then.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. I don't blame anyone. I know we have to all transition through things like that.
Okay.
So so I spoke to this dentist. He said no, he understands. He also heard something like this. So he made a phone call, and there I was. I was got an application, had a meeting, and then it said to me straight that you better do well, otherwise your application gets scrapped.
Okay.
So
for dentistry at Tux.
For my matric year, because I actually failed my first year.
No,
my
wait,
first
hold on.
term.
Now. Hold on.
My first
You're
term.
losing me, Günther. Wait.
Yeah.
Tell me, explain it slowly to me like I'm 5. So what happened now?
Okay. So what happened is when the papers got
the application papers for the university.
They got dumped or whatever.
They got lost.
Whatever happened. Yeah? So what happened is I spoke to one of the dentists.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I can't mention names.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine.
But
at the university.
No, at Windhoek.
Okay.
Windhoek, and he knew someone.
Yeah.
Over there, and then he just got my foot back into the door and explained the situation, and they reviewed all my papers and all of that, and they said great. But that's my final mark. We have a trimester. We don't have 4 terms.
Okay.
Has to be really good.
Yeah.
Because I failed my first term.
Okay. Because of the swimming and all that stuff.
Because of the swimming. I mean, I didn't explain myself properly.
Yeah.
So my marks weren't looking great. So I don't even think I would have even managed.
Right.
But they wanted to see that I could.
Yes.
So I said, fine. But I mean, now I'm like stuck. And it's like, okay, it's out now.
Yeah.
I waited too long. Other places are out. Now I need to pull finger. And I did. I really.
And you did really well.
Yeah. From the third straight all the way.
And then you get into dentistry.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
But I had to, you really had to prove yourself.
Yeah, of course.
One of those things that if you didn't outshine everyone, it's just not happening.
So your last semester,
I killed it.
Yeah.
I think I studied more for that than my pathology final year in Tux. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. You're talking about no, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's fine.
You were talking about the population of Windhoek being small and similar to Bethlehem. I mean, not Bethlehem, Bloem.
Bloem, yeah.
Like Namibia, what's the population of Namibia itself? Is it
now or back then?
Even now, just now, for interest.
2
million.
2.1 maybe.
Similar to Botswana, like tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny. Yeah.
Smaller than Joburg and.
Yeah, it's tiny, man.
Interesting.
They reckon that it's the most dispersed population in the world.
Okay.
That's what they said.
Interesting.
I say they, but it's my patients. You can't really trust. I need to look up their sources.
So you get into dentistry now. You're happy.
Yeah.
Yes. I prove myself. I'm going to get there. This is now.
It's another goal.
Who's going to pay?
I got a bursary.
Yeah.
Through my swimming.
Okay.
So that was tough because, and I won't discourage it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to encourage it either. You understand? I'm going to be neutral with my own kids. If they show potential and they want to go the same route, by all means, But I'm also, they need to decide on their own they want to do something like that, do a sports bursary. It's not easy because they expect results.
Mm.
So you are training you're getting up at 4:30 in the morning, you're staying in a high performance center, you're swimming from 5, you get there just before 5, stretches 5 to 7, 8. Then I need to rush to classes on main campus.
Mm.
And then I'm late for my afternoon classes because sometimes our classes went to 8, 7.
Yeah, well, in first year,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I never.
So, you were just
Class was not a thing for me in first year.
No, you just have to. But I had to. You actually had to. They'll check. And so I just wasn't coping. So I went to the one. Oh man, it's I have to walk in eggshells, But I went to the one person involved in these things.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not coping.
Yeah.
What must I do? And he said to me that, I've got a potential, because this was after, I think it was Gauteng Champs or something like that. I won it for the university and stuff like that. And I was very disappointed in my time. And I said, I'm just not coping. I'm looking at the times and that sort of thing. And he's
coping sporting wise.
Yeah, well, everything, balancing.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I barely have a memory of what it was like. It was like just trying to.
Where were you staying?
I was staying they've got a lot of sports houses
Yeah.
around LC de Villiers.
LC de Villiers is like the sports complex at the University of Pretoria.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
And we would get meals cooked for us, and proper meals, healthy meals cooked 3 times a day.
You know what? I didn't know any of this about you. I didn't know that you were doing all of this in first year.
Yeah.
So you came in on a swimming bursary.
Yeah.
And they put you up at the sports complex.
Yeah.
They have expectations you've got to meet in order to maintain this bursary.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you maintain them, then the bursary covers what? What is it?
Well, your accommodation, your studies, all those things.
Lovely.
So no, it's great. I mean, it's great if you're studying sports science.
Okay, I get you. I mean, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you mean like if the course that you're studying is manageable?
Yeah, I was the only one not studying sports science.
Okay.
I think there were 1 or 2 physios. I might be wrong. I might be talking on correction, but the people I knew, were all saying sports science. And I'm nothing bad about their course. I think it's great. I mean, I thought Lisa Marie Retief, she was one of the Olympic South African swimmers. I think she did butterfly and stuff, and she actually did the sports science first and then went into medicine. But I just didn't want that, I mean, come on, imagine doing your sports science and then going into dentistry or medicine after that. I don't think I could. I know you have to know yourself to get somewhere, you have to know where you've been to go forward, sort of thing.
So it's a battle now, balancing the sport and the work.
Yeah.
And you reach out for help and you say, I'm battling here, to somebody who can help in the campus.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
So this guy at the sports facility said to me straight, he's like, he sees a future in the sports. I must quit my studies.
Sure.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And I think my eyebrows just went up higher than yours, So
yeah.
So, but I'm keeping face,
Why? Why do you react the way I reacted?
Because I was expecting maybe some empathy and sympathy and something, just some understanding.
Well, I mean, the guy clearly has belief in you. He thinks you can take this far.
I guess so. Yeah, it was a humbling experience at the same time.
Yeah, that's a great thing to be.
But it's not what I wanted.
How come?
I wanted to, if something happens to me whilst I'm swimming, fine, you get the sponsorships and all of that fantastic stuff. And what happens if you hurt your knee the next day? What then?
Yeah.
You lose that sponsorship. It's quick cash, but it's not. It's not going to hold.
So you're thinking about sustainability, and you're thinking about supporting family, and when you're 40 years old, you won't be swimming and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why your reaction is eyebrows raised.
This is not what I had in mind.
Okay.
I'm sure we could work something out, but back then I always say I like to be the dumbest person in the room.
Right.
Because then I can listen to everyone.
Okay.
And it's like being the owl.
Yeah.
So I listened to all of this and I said, okay, cool. I'll go back and I'll give you my answer tomorrow. I packed up my things, went to administration, stayed at Olympus.
Olympus is the medical residence.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it? So what are you saying? Tell me, what do you mean?
So what happened is I dropped it.
You dropped the swimming thing?
Straight. Spoke to my folks, said, I can't do this, we'll work something out.
Sure.
Just like that.
And the money? The bursary?
Yeah,
doesn't that fall away?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so the folks
we had to take loans out and all of those things.
Okay,
and, It gets tough. And then
how did they react when you told them? How did they react when you told them, guys, dropping this thing?
They obviously they were worried, but they didn't say anything. I knew. But I took student loans out, they took loans out, and we worked it out.
Okay, brilliant.
But it eats at you. It's really at the back of your mind. Anyone that's had to take a student loan knows. And I think that is one of the contributing factors why I think a lot of people suffer from almost that overwhelming experience, and why people will actually fail a subject, because you start, when you study, when we did dentistry, we have had many conversations like, how the heck do they expect us to get all of this in our head? We just learned, and they expect an exam a day before spring day or something.
Yeah, the audacity.
After spring day, just to rub it in.
How inconvenient.
Yeah, or how convenient for them. But
did you pass first year?
Yes.
So you managed with the swimming, you passed and everything.
Pass.
Then you decide. Okay, then you say, can't do this. Not going to happen.
Halfway through, when we were moving to main campus, because that even got worse. Because now, how do you manage transport?
Oh yes, first year we
were on main campus. Yeah.
Right. So second year, you're a student loan person. Where do you get a loan from the bank, or how does that work?
Yeah, loans from the bank.
Okay.
Yeah, that's student loans, and you know it is. It's just,
I don't. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
and this might help people who are considering.
Yeah, you apply and you have to write. Obviously, back then I had to write motivational. I was quite fortunate because the bank managers were friends of my parents and knew me as well. So
that's in Namibia.
In Namibia. And that's why I try and stress to people, and this is something I also learned only later in life, is how important networking is.
Okay. People relationships and networking.
Exactly. Yeah. Business networking is important. People don't think I'm wasting my time, but it is important. You need that support.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that, I don't think I would have got a great loan.
Okay. And then loan, like, obviously is it just a normal financial thing? You've got to pay it off after
your studies, and you obviously have to contribute to it to keep the loan open. Yeah. But
does it take?
It takes a while to pay back.
Okay. I don't want to probe too deep. I mean, if you paid everything off now. And stuff.
Long time. So it was good. It does eat at you. And then having stress with my, I've never actually told people this, but I had so much stress back home and stuff like that it actually, but I always try to stay face and, sort of be the clown in class, because it kind of made me feel better to try and forget about things.
Okay.
Do you understand that in the background?
Yeah. I mean, I was unaware of this. I thought we knew each other relatively well.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this. I didn't even know about the swimming.
I always kept that very separate from everyone. So I must actually send this video to my therapist. Maybe you can.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a breakthrough here.
Yeah, let's get through this.
Oh.
Okay, where were we
now? Yeah. Dental school second year starts. That's when we meet, right?
Yeah. No, we met. I failed my second year.
Okay.
Anatomy.
Right.
I actually failed anatomy in my second year. I scored an extra year.
Oh, is that how you ended up in my class?
Yes.
So you were a year ahead of me?
Yes.
And I didn't know this either.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's where I had to, that's where we met on that day. That's where we're getting back to it. I was actually nervous because how many kids were in that class? Like 300 or so?
In anatomy?
Yeah. It was a lot.
It's a lot. Because let's explain to the listeners and the viewers. So in dentistry at the University of Pretoria, the first 2 years are basically, we are the same as the medical students.
It's like pre-med something.
Well, it's not called pre-med because it is. They have medicine and we have dentistry.
Yeah.
But for the first 2 years, we do the same subjects. So we're all in the same class and we're going to all the same lectures. So it's quite a big class because medicine is big.
Oh yeah.
But dentistry, on the other hand, is tiny. It's like high
Our
school.
dentistry is tiny.
Yeah, well,
We were like that.
generally in the
50.
whole country. Like I think the biggest dental school is probably UWC.
110 or
Is it 110 or something?
Yeah, they're quite.
Wow, that's a lot.
I tried counting the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
might be wrong, but
yeah, maybe.
Let's check it out. We'll check it out. Yeah.
But it's tiny compared to medicine and compared to university. When you think of university, it's not like you're another number in dentistry. Like people know your name and your face. Yeah. But for the first 2 years, we all combined.
Yeah.
And so that's where you were saying it's a big class full of kids in anatomy.
Yeah.
So you fail the second year anatomy.
Yeah.
Anatomy
I passed pathology.
Yeah. You passed everything, but you failed
I failed anatomy. But that was also one of those things where you okay. Like my parents are always on my head. Of course, they wanted me to achieve. They wanted me to get, proceed, go further than almost like the Troy and Hector in sort of thing. So but I mean, then you have this freedom, and you don't know, only child, slightly on the spectrum as well, that sort of thing. That's also why, and you struggle with relationships and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And so you just don't know where to say no.
All right.
And obviously too much friends, you must make sure you keep your friends, It's important. But where do you draw the line? 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
No, it's an everyday. No, and that's where I didn't draw the line, and I made a terrible mistake.
So in summary, then you're partying a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this eloquent.
in short, you were catching a jaw for the first 2 years.
Yes, drop zone.
Oh, okay.
Where I dropped my phone.
Okay, well that's why they call it drop zone, I guess. Yeah. Lots of things get dropped there. Okay, partying too much.
Yeah.
Overindulging. You're away from home.
No one to watch anymore.
Yeah. Freedom.
Yeah, freedom.
But that's what I was saying. I mean, in first year, when we were talking about, you were asking me about the classes, what time. Honestly, I hardly went to class in first year.
All right, yeah.
Because you don't have to go to class. It's like
they don't care. As long as you pass.
So in high school, you have to go to every class, and then suddenly you're away from home. You have all this freedom. Nobody cares if you come to class.
Yeah.
As long as you pass, right?
Yeah.
So I was hardly ever there, and that's probably why I was also, scraping things.
Yeah.
Okay, fail anatomy, and then you get it. Then you have to stay back a whole year just because of one subject. That's the sad part of Pretoria, University of Pretoria, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that adds on a year for loan payments and.
Oh yeah, and that's I had to pay myself. The banks don't. That's one thing you guys need to remember is if you're on a loan and you fail a year, they're not going to cover you for that skipped year. They set it. If your course is 5 years, that's 5 years. Finish and clear.
All right.
So if you have to score extra year. So yes, dude, I was working like 4 jobs and, trying to pay that back as well. And
sure. Okay. So we meet second year, right? And we were in dental school then from there onwards.
Yeah. That's like end of second year, third year, swinging that side.
So what are your memories of dental school?
Wow.
The good, the bad, the ugly. I want to know it all.
Okay, so let's start with the bad. It can only get better, Tutors never prosper. But so I remember a few times where you and I don't know what happened. We just didn't want to study. I don't know what happened. Yeah. We like get
don't rope me into this.
Okay. Me and this guy.
Yeah. Just say
Indian guy, because I've never met an Indian guy before.
Was I the first Indian guy that you met?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really. We don't have Indian people in Namibia.
Really?
Yeah. So you're quite interesting. So I thought I'm going to stick with this guy. This guy's cool. I like him. And so I remember me and this Indian guy.
Yeah.
We have no clue what's happening in this test. Obviously we studied, but we're stressing like, oh my words. Oh my words, we're gonna fail this, and my dad's gonna kick my bum, and I'm gonna go to the farm, that sort of thing. And here walks in Kavir, we're like, Kavir, come here. And he's like, hey guys, how are you doing? We're like, no, good, sit down. And then you'll freak out, says, did you study? Always. Did you study? I'll never forget that. I love that with the eyes open. And they're like, no, we don't. Now sit and teach, then you'll go through the whole syllabus.
Yeah.
And you would spot, wow,
Yeah.
you can say what you want to. That guy was good at spotting.
I remember these days. Yeah.
They were stressful.
Look,
Fly United,
but it goes back to the thing about relationships that you said earlier, right? We all need a career in our life at one stage or the other.
Yeah.
Because not everybody is going to be 100% prepared for, not necessarily exams or whatever, but whatever the situation is.
Yeah, whatever life can throw at you.
You can't do things alone. And Kavir took the time to say, okay, you guys clearly needed this. Let's focus on that.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Okay, so you remember those are the bad memories, like battling through it, not being prepared, not necessarily.
I think getting caught to the dean's office with me that one time.
I don't remember that.
Okay, that's maybe better.
Yeah, but the point is, okay, and we were unprepared because when you're in university, when you're in university, nobody is there to say, sit down and study or make sure you've got to take the initiative and if you don't, then you fail.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay. Bad memories. What about the actual dental school? Like,
man, okay, I remember almost getting hit, involved in a hit and run with a guy on a scooter that's about this big.
Yeah.
He's taller than me.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Mr. Prof. Dunheimer.
Yeah, a good prof. He used to ride a little scooter in campus.
Yeah.
But he was our odontology.
He just made it for me.
Yeah.
That guy was amazing. I mean, I think he's still around, he's old back then.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good, man.
What did you enjoy in dental school? Like, what did you think? Was there anything that stood out to you and made you think, okay, when I'm finished, this is what I'm going to do? Or no? No, I love the honesty. I love the honesty.
Yeah, no,
because that's exactly my answer.
I had no idea. I hated it. I hated every moment of
me too.
School.
100%.
I really did not like oral biology. Although now I find it interesting.
Okay, but that's academics.
Yeah, but
like I'm talking about even
actual cleaning. No. I mean, you clean my teeth. I cleaned your teeth. We had so many quotas cleaning each other's teeth that we realized we're like, okay, we've got this.
You know what? You make me feel better because I think I've said this on I didn't enjoy dental school.
Yeah.
But I always felt like I was probably in the minority because I looked around, people were very enthusiastic and So
okay. The eager beavers.
Okay.
Few of them.
But now, look, I know we're talking about all this stuff, right?
Yeah, we're just reminiscing over these things. It's amazing.
Yeah, and a viewer might think, now these guys, well, that explains why Yash left dentistry afterwards and became a lawyer and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I was very surprised because we didn't really stay in touch after university, right?
No.
And only recently I discovered that you've got postgraduate, I think 4 or 5 postgraduate diplomas, but 6.
I think 6, eh?
6. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, what changed? But people do change, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're an undergrad, you're young.
Yeah.
It's the first time
look at a criminal coming back from this.
I wouldn't. But
reformation.
No, the thing is, right? We're young in campus. It's like our first time away from home. We're adjusting to the freedom, and you grow up and you mature, right? So it's not like I'm glad I left dentistry, practicing dentistry, but I found something that I absolutely loved, and I was the opposite, where I was top of the class.
Yeah,
I got letters from lecturers and stuff. And
yeah.
So clearly something happened there. I want to get into that transition later.
Okay.
But
are you ready for it?
But
part 2.
No, and there's no intermissions here. We've got enough time to record.
Yeah.
So what is motivating you to carry on in dental school? Probably just to get out and get a job, or what is it?
Where are we now? Great.
We're back to university. Final year. Let's just say final year.
Yeah, man. I mean, we had this, I mean, Yash, I remember you and I just breaking down with each other, I mean, not in the sense that Bad Boys 2 kind of break down, anyways, but the sense of that we just feel overwhelmed and we just feel like we're inadequate.
Yeah.
I really felt inadequate.
Yeah.
I felt like, I felt like the third wheel all the time.
Yeah.
Because look, I'm coming from Namibia. My parents brought me up English.
Yeah.
I'm a Vito.
Yeah.
I had to put it in there, you know, a bit skitsy, but stay with me, right?
Yeah.
So, and where do I fit in?
Yeah.
Come on. I didn't really, I
Okay.
didn't fit in with really anyone. And,
Well, but you were at the University of Pretoria. There were lots of white guys. I mean, for people that don't know what Vito means, it means white guy, right? I mean,
the capital of India, Durban.
so, but you didn't feel part of dentistry.
No, I didn't.
Me neither.
You also didn't get
I
that.
never felt a part of dentistry at all.
And I was just doing it because I think it's like a primal instinct in a human being is to set goals, work to that goal,
and finish
it.
Okay.
And I wanted to finish it. And towards the end, that I even, I think it's part of the sports in me. Then I started switching over fourth year, fifth year, maybe after my, I only had one girlfriend, got married to her.
Yeah.
So I was always a good boy. And and then I started withdrawing a lot because I started becoming very hyper-focused on this thing. I just wanted to finish and get it out.
Yes.
Out there. And then what I wanted to also tell you is that the biggest mistake I made was quitting the swimming. I forgot to tell you that. Because I went through heavy post-Olympic depression.
Okay.
And that is what the swimmers get, or not swimmers, just anyone.
Sports people.
Because all of a sudden you imagine this, you on the blocks, you world champs, you hitting, you training, everything stops all of a sudden. And mental health wise, that wasn't good for me. And it started getting bad for me by fourth year, fifth year.
Right.
I started breaking down. I couldn't understand. I had no help.
Yeah.
No support. You understand?
Wow. See, I had no idea about all this.
I had to sort of be the emotional support for my own parents. I had to be emotional support. I had
to take care of yourself and others, and there's nobody to support you.
I'm not trying to be a crybaby. You didn't even know about it.
I didn't know about it.
No one knew about it.
Doesn't sound like you're being a crybaby. It's good that you're explaining these things because somebody might be studying and going through it. Yeah. And also good for people considering these types of things to know the struggles that come with it, right?
And what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, dental school. I actually remember, now that you mention it, I used to have sleepless nights before clinical things the next day, especially if it's like the first time you're going to be doing a specific type of procedure.
Yeah.
You don't know how the patients are going to react, because dentistry is the type of thing where you can be as prepared mentally as possible, but you rock up there and
patient doesn't pitch.
But if the patient pitches, they might not open. Or they might have pain. Or they might just be
They might just have
anxious,
a complete flip session.
You know. So as you never know. It's so unpredictable. That's dentistry.
And that uncertainty.
I think it's probably one of the most difficult undergrad degrees. The doctors will come at us now when we say this.
That's fine.
But dentistry, it's you're sitting there and you've got to get your thing done in a small, confined space.
Yeah.
Somebody's watching over you. And it was bad.
And it's not like a soft tissue where if you don't cut 100% correct, that soft tissue is not going to close. No, it's hard tissue. And if you don't do it 100% correct, it's there for life.
Yeah.
That's what I always think of, when I wow.
If you could go if you could go back to like your younger self.
How young?
In dental school.
Okay, we're talking
dental school. What would you say to Günther there, like now, if you could go back?
Probably something like that. I should have had a mannequin.
Well, okay, for those that are not watching, Günther just like
smacked myself. Yeah,
smacked himself. What would you say?
That would just pretty much just get yourself right. No one cares. Get yourself together.
Right.
And stop being just do it.
Okay,
that's it. Just do it.
Okay, I'm glad. So it's not like you're saying you're going to go back to him and say leave and change degrees or something.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Because I have no, not at all.
Brilliant.
Because I believe I was. I wasn't. I had a difficult time. All right. And a lot of people thought I wouldn't make it, and there was talks around there. They thought I'm just going to be useless. They thought we were going to be pretty useless,
Yeah. Well, look, I scraped through every year of dentistry, not because I tried, but it's actually literally for lack of effort. I just wanted to get through it and over with it.
Yeah.
So understandably, we went the We weren't the model
top of
students. We weren't
exactly.
the top students.
But we're good with our hands. I mean, we could do
Well,
the things.
maybe you were, but I didn't rate myself really. Yeah, that's fine. But go on. The point you were making is
the point I was making is that
no regrets.
No regrets at all, because sometimes we have to go through this hard. It's
Yes.
and it's a spiritual being, you know. And I believe that we have to go through this course. We have to go through these struggles to find out, to understand. I call it the sitting on the bed methodology.
Okay.
You know? You sit on your bed and let's say you pray to your God.
Yeah.
And you have to have a real, but it's not quite the same. You have to have a real one-on-one with yourself, and you have to be dead truth to yourself. You know, you're gonna hate it, but you have to be dead honest with yourself.
Yeah.
What are you doing wrong?
Yeah. Okay.
What are you doing wrong?
Okay.
And you have to be dead honest and not try and have this virtues of, you know, of pride and stuff like that. That's out of the door. Be honest with yourself. What are you doing wrong? Only when you know yourself can you improve. And I only realized that later in life. I realized that when I was out of CompServe, everything. Then that's where it comes to my studies.
Okay, wait.
I got to know myself.
Right. So we painted a bleak picture.
Yeah, so there's a lot to it, but I just thought I'd break it like that. Yeah.
I like it. We painted the bleak picture because it's good for people to know that that's how it was in undergrad. That's how the dental career of Dr. Günther Streit started.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it was all hunky-dory and glamorous and brilliant. It's like it was looking negative.
Hard.
It was looking negative.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen afterwards, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, now there's some light because we're moving on, right? After graduating, 2010, you graduate.
Yes, yeah.
What happens? What do we do?
Well, I missed my ceremony.
What, your graduation ceremony?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one at our dental campus.
The oath-taking thing.
Yeah, because my parents' flight was delayed.
Oh my goodness!
Like by 3 hours or something. Something happened, and
shows you how much attention I was paying that day because I can't even remember.
Yeah, but I also wasn't. You know, it's really just like, okay, I'm done with this and over. And it's quite sad because you know, you only appreciate a view from a distance.
Yeah.
Now that I'm further away, I actually appreciate what those profs and those guys, they were good. That is a good school. I don't care what anyone says.
The University of Pretoria.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
They are.
Who says otherwise? Do people do people say otherwise?
No.
Oh, okay. Because you just said I don't care what people say.
Yeah. No, I'm just in case they want to say something.
Okay.
I think it's one of the best for sure. And I will stand by it. And I'm glad that you also say you also stand by it. And they are good. I was the fault was all on me.
Okay. Personally, on that note, I think that it's not about the school. It's what the student makes of it.
Exactly.
But I don't want to digress too much. So that's the thing. I don't think I would be a great ambassador for dental school if you look at me, the quality of product that came out straight out of undergrad. But there are people like Prof. Glenn Buchanan, who was in our class.
Yes.
Prof. Glenn Buchanan. Now he's top of his game.
Yeah.
So it's really, I genuinely believe it's what you make of this.
Exactly.
You can go to any school. If you're interested in it, you'll do it and you'll excel in your field. But anyway, let's.
And I mean, Glenn is even going to Sydney now.
Yeah.
He's going to go teach there now. So I mean, he's.
No. But this is what I'm saying. It's the student that makes it.
The quality.
Okay, so 2010 you graduate, you miss your ceremony, all that stuff, and then ComServe starts, community service. Where do you go? What do you do?
Adamula.
Okay.
That's why I was getting back to that point earlier, where you and I were according to the principal's office, and we thought to ourselves, oh my goodness, what did we do now?
I don't remember this now, okay?
You don't remember this?
No, is this an embarrassing story or...
So, and then
we'll see. You tell the story and I'll see if I need to cut it out.
If we just say so for law, but then
I don't remember this. Tell me
so we
the
go
dean's office.
Yeah, we go to his dean's office, and then Prof. looks at us and like, oh my goodness, you know, maybe we did something because I mean we had a bit of a reputation. Come on.
No, but go on. I don't remember this at all, but tell the story.
I mean, we were not bad boys in a malicious sense, but we weren't. Like you said,
we weren't the model students.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
And
if
like,
we're getting called to the dean, we're
there's
not
definitely-
thinking we're getting an award or something.
No.
Yeah, that's the point you're making.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like we need to figure out what could have happened.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did I do?
Did,
You know,
did we injure a
who did you
patient or
drive
something?
over? What
Yeah.
about that cat the other day?
I'd go on. Yeah. I can't believe I don't remember this, but
And then he tells us, our applications and workouts or something, you know, for
community service.
community service.
Pause there, because not everybody knows about community service.
Yeah.
Medicine, dentistry, and quite a few of the healthcare professions, after you qualify, you've got to do 1 year of community service. It's not free, like they pay you a salary. It's a really good salary, but you go to, you know, a state facility, sometimes very rural, sometimes urban, and you work on patients that are state patients, not private patients. Okay. So we get called into the dean's office.
We're thinking, oh my
yeah, we're
goodness,
wondering what's going on.
This is the end.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we've
Something's
done something.
happened.
Yeah. And then we were told, okay, fine, our application, I don't know. I think we chose probably Durban, Cape Town, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They were,
oh yes,
and it just happened to just be hours.
Yeah.
Hours. And then he said, no, here's your page or something, and here's mine.
New form.
And then no, but it was already done. It was printed. And we're like, and I got this, and I look at him, I'm thinking to myself,
so
where's
hold on. So he's giving us. So we applied because you in that time. I don't know how it works now. You have to apply for where you want to go, and I went and applied for Durban and all that.
Of course,
and you don't get that because the whole world is applying for
exactly.
that. So Prof. Luchtelm gave us and said, "This is what you've gotten."
Yeah, and you know, we were just unlucky. You remember?
My memory is really bad.
Yeah,
and then you got.
I got Ermelo.
You got Ermelo. I got Standerton.
Yeah, St. Anderton. You need to make it sound good.
St. Anderton.
Be proud of it, man.
All right. Okay, so it wasn't such a bad story.
No, it didn't. But it actually ended up much more pleasant than we expected.
So you get Ermelo, and I just remember thinking I've never heard of Standerton. So had you been to Ermelo or
never?
Okay, but
I couldn't even find it on the map. It took me about an hour.
But you went and how was it?
It was good.
Yeah.
I went there. I stayed in the most dodgy place because I couldn't stay at the hospital because it was really fully, full of doctors and there was no vacancies there. So I had to get private residence. And you move into town. Where do you stay? So I stayed in this really dodgy place. And I'll never forget. They left me alone. They thought, no, a Victor coming here, he must be dangerous, and just kidding.
Yeah.
And then I made friends with. She actually became my best man at my wedding.
Right.
Arlene Groenewald. And her father was really high in the police force. I mean, this guy was like one of really high.
Where in
Ermelo.
Okay.
And so my car broke down, and I needed to lift home. So he drove me home. And in the police van, and these guys were parking on the fence on the wall next to my little flat where I was staying, and he drove on the pavement to come drop me because I could go through the street. There's a gate to go into my flat, and these guys just peeled.
Yeah,
they like everyone gone. I didn't see them ever.
They see a cop van coming. Okay.
Yeah,
so that's the area you were living in, kind of area. And how was the work? I mean, how did it?
Oh man!
Compared to, like your expectations versus reality?
It actually just got worse, dude.
What, dentistry?
Yeah, because we were just seeing 100 patients a day. Or
really? How many of you were there? Dentists?
5, 6.
5 or 6 dentists.
Yeah.
Quite a big facility.
There was quite a few, but we were in the middle of the location.
The location is like the township type of thing.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course. And so we had to drive there every day in the middle there. I don't think we even had a working wind turbine drill, nothing. Just
what did you
steps.
Do? Just extractions.
That's it.
For a whole year.
Whole year.
Never did a filling, never did a denture, nothing.
Nothing.
So do you know how many teeth you extracted or pulled out?
I've got a bottle at home.
Günther, okay. Is this something? Oh.
Maybe cut that out.
No, we'll leave it in. All you said is you've got a bottle at home, so it's fine. Okay, so how many teeth did you extract? Like, you wouldn't have counted. You didn't do stats and things.
No.
Did you have any other responsibilities besides clinical work, or
that's it?
Was there a manager, clinical?
There was a manager there, very cool guy. Farouk Sattar, very nice guy, and
is he still there?
No, he's also moved on to private.
Okay.
somewhere in Johannesburg, I think. Now.
And ComServe, so you're making good money. I mean, we're earning money, right?
Yeah.
And it's proper money.
Yeah.
For a first, straight out of university, I don't think there's many. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but you're earning good, and your costs are low, presumably, but you've got to pay for your loan and things like that.
Yeah.
That's different. How did that happen?
Which actually my parents took on themselves.
Okay.
Then out of it, they paid it off.
So you chilled. You became
chilled. I became chilled after that.
So what were you doing with your spare time and spare money and all that stuff in the ComServe year?
I was just trying to save it up, right?
Okay.
And then just make my own way and just.
What were your plans? What was the plan? What were you saving for?
I wanted to come back to Namibia Oh, yes. I actually forgot to mention. I even just remember now.
Yeah.
The last 2 years, I actually got a bursary.
What, so the last 2 years of dentistry?
4 and 5, yes. I actually got a bursary.
With what now?
Through a dentist in Windhoek.
Yeah.
So that saved me a lot because then we could help pay back the loan. That I forgot about that. So that really helps.
That's lovely.
So by that time the loan was not finished paid off, but it was actually getting there. And I think my parents were just hallelujah, this is done. And it was nice because they didn't have the pressure and that sort of thing. But that's
okay, interesting. That's lovely.
But it's you still have to pull through,
Yeah. And then so ComServe.
Yeah.
ComServe now you're pulling through, you're pulling teeth. And it's like pulling teeth, as they say.
Yeah.
And are you looking forward to it ending, or what are you looking forward to?
Oh yeah. I just want this to end.
Why? What do you want to do?
It's not fun. I mean,
what did you want to do thereafter?
Thereafter, I actually wanted to do law.
Okay, no, you're just making this stuff up
now.
No,
I'm being dead serious.
Right.
I'm being dead serious. I actually wanted to do it. And then
why? Did you want to leave dentistry?
I wanted to leave dentistry. That's really.
Why? Was it that bad?
It was bad, dude. Just pulling teeth, seeing rotten teeth, and all day. It's just you're not enjoying the science at all.
I'm loving this because I know how your career is ending up now.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to see that you got to a stage where, similar to me, you're like, I actually want to leave. Okay, so tell me about this law thing now.
Oh, right. So I got, and then I heard you did the same. It was just weird that you also went into that direction. I thought, wow,
maybe it's contagious. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I met a guy, the old dentist in Ermelo.
Yeah.
And he sort of took me under the wing, and he said, no, this is what it's all about. Then I started realizing there's more to it.
Yeah.
And that's also where I've mentioned this to you before, where he said, you don't have to be the best dentist, because we all get to that level where you're good, you're adequate, you have to have passed, you must have done something. You have to be good with your patients. And then he just showed me the ins and outs of the industry, and that's where it started changing.
This is during ComServe, towards the end of ComServe. Yeah. He's running his private practice there, and you sort of like shadowing and things like that.
Just watching what he's doing.
Okay.
And just seeing what is private practice all about.
So that helped you stay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And him and I, his son is actually my age.
Yeah.
But him and I became best friends.
Okay.
He's like as old as my father,
So it's is he like a mentor? Would you call it like a mentor type of thing?
He became my mentor. And that's important, I think.
And
I was lucky.
Did you keep in touch with him? So ComServe ends after a year.
Yeah.
Then you keep in touch with him, or?
Yeah, we still kept in touch for quite a few years.
What's his name? I mean, you can say it.
Yeah, it's Chris Bullen.
Chris?
Chris Bullen. Dr. Chris Bullen.
Pullen.
Yes.
Oh, well, kudos to Dr. Pullen. Kudos. I mean, for keeping Dr. Streit in. He could have ended up being a lawyer. You know what I mean? So well done, Dr. Pullen. And congratulations for being a mentor and getting this guy to stay in. And we'll talk now about how it only goes up and up from here, I think. From what I looked at your CV, so I think it really looks like you have gone up and up. So was like Dr. Pullen's intervention type of thing, like a breakthrough for you? I can stay.
Yes.
And I can be a dentist.
100%.
That's brilliant.
He told me about this thing about doing postgrad. I didn't even know you could do stuff like that. I'm like, well, what's a postgrad? That's how much attention I spend in paying attention in class, or in life. I just didn't have an analytical view. I idea what was happening around, you know. So he explained to me, did this postgrad in orthodontics, and we started going through ortho stuff together, and then I realized, wow, I could focus on one thing and study it and move on like that. And I'm like, this is fantastic. And that's where I started loving the academics.
Do you think Dr. Pullen will watch this episode? I hope he does, but you should share it with him, please.
I can, yes.
Because I think he deserves some credit for keeping somebody motivated. Because I left.
Yeah. Why did you? If you had a mentor, and you'll find. So I know you're the presenter. I'm the
Yeah.
But what if you had a mentor? And I'm just changing it up a bit in your final year, like I had with Chris.
In my final year of dentistry.
ComServe.
Oh, you mean in ComServe?
ComServe or so. Let's say you had someone that really took you under the wing and said, "Hey man, check this out. It's not that so bad."
I don't know. I mean,
that's a tough one.
It's actually a tough one. But I'd made my mind up 6 months into ComServe.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I actually started studying 6 months into ComServe. I applied for my LLB degree 6 months in.
Yeah.
And I started studying then.
All right. UNISA?
Yeah.
Okay,
so I knew very early. There was no...
But your dad was a attorney, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, but that's obvious. Then you sort of slide into that.
No, it wasn't obvious because then I would have done it from the beginning.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think a mentor would have been able to talk me out of it.
It's too far gone.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But we must share this episode with Dr. Pullen and give him the kudos that he deserves for turning things around, because there was a big turnaround.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something very interesting. Like, you were telling me about how you weren't paying attention and you didn't know about post-grad and you didn't know about all these opportunities, right? And it makes sense to me, because I feel like, just having listened to your story, it's like you got into dentistry just by chance almost. I feel that's what it's not like you'd had this plan from a lighty growing up saying, I want to do this X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You sort of went through the motions and you got in, you didn't get in, you're going to do physio, you're going to see where it goes. And it's easy to just let life take you and go, right? So I'm glad you met Dr. Pullen.
So
he showed you
about sort of thing.
He told you about postgrad. He told you what the opportunities are. Perhaps some people get that in undergrad, like some lecturer might take them under their wing. We didn't really have that much per se. I don't know, or did you? Not really. I don't think so.
With the postgrad style?
No, in undergrad, like when we.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. I must say, a shout out to, remember Prof. Boy? Sonia Boy?
Yes, Sonia Boy, yeah. Oral bio.
Yes. Yeah. Guess, she was our prof. Her husband is Prof. Senkam.
Okay.
Who was my wife's professor.
Okay.
In veterinary science.
Oh, your wife's a vet, eh?
Yes, yeah.
And did she study in Pretoria, Onderstepoort?
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Sure.
I mean, it's just a small world, so I just wanted to drop it in there.
Oh, that's lovely.
So they know each other, and she really sat with me and spoke to me the one time, and I had a lot of that. And who was the postman?
Yeah, Prof. He's not Prof. Posma.
Yeah. Is he Prof now?
Yeah.
Good for him. And then White?
Prof. White, yeah. And
obviously Dynama and Buteau. I think those were the main...
Kurt Buteau, yeah.
So guys, and there was another guy there, man. Valley.
Yeah, Dr. Valley, yeah.
Yeah.
So there are people that sort of take you on your way, but at that young age also, you need more.
Yeah.
And look, you did ComServe, you thought you were going to leave.
Yeah.
Then eventually you find this private practitioner, Dr. Pullen, and
just changed things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you decide, I'm staying, I'm going to be in private practice. What happens after ComServe?
So now you obviously have to honor your obligation to the loan or the bursary or whatever you want to call it.
The bursaries.
What were the terms of that?
What were the terms of that bursary? Yeah,
I had to work back
with this
2 years with interest, right?
With the dentist in Namibia.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So and a fantastic guy. I love this guy to pieces. So he dropped. And I call him my sabbatical year.
Yeah, your sabbatical, yeah.
Yeah, because they dropped me off in a place called Gebabes.
In Namibia?
Yeah, Gebabes, if any one of you want to have a comparison, it's probably like Pofara, in South Africa or something, Bethlehem.
Are you trying to say it's a small
It's
town?
small.
Right.
It's tiny. I lasted there 13 months, and I
Yeah.
said I couldn't say.
That's long though. Over a year in
Yeah.
private.
Yeah. And it was hot. It's a beautiful place, beautiful people. I just, coming from a big town, and you know,
Yeah.
and now moving to that, it was a bit too much of a cultural shock.
Well, you're saying coming from a big town, Ermelo is a big town.
Yeah. Wow.
If
anything,
that place,
yeah.
if Ermelo is a big town for this place,
Yeah.
then it tells me how small it is.
Yeah. So
okay, so you're there for 1 year and 1 month private. Then what happens?
And then
are you enjoying it?
I joined. It was cool.
Dentistry.
Yeah, it was very cool, eh? And then I did like author, and then I think that's where I did my first postgrad in aesthetics with Dr. Brandt, Paul Brandt.
Yes.
Remember him?
Yeah. Dental materials.
Yes.
In undergrad.
Do you remember? You asked me what was a time that I remember from the industry.
Yes.
He was marking our papers one time.
Yeah.
And he rushed out the day before saying, and because his sausage dog gave birth to puppies or something. Remember?
Okay. No, I don't.
Okay. So he came back and said, okay, listen, who's this guy? Because he had to take a whisk. He had to pour himself a tall whiskey.
A stiff shot of whiskey for what?
To mark my paper.
Why?
Because I had such a bad handwriting.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah. So I just thought I'd put that there. Then,
So you did postgrad with him?
Yes, I did it with him.
In what? In
aesthetics.
Postgraduate diploma in aesthetic dentistry.
Fantastic. I really did a great job, eh?
Okay.
And
so it's like cosmetic work type of thing.
Cosmetic work, yeah. But
that's 1 year or 2. How does that?
1 year.
All right.
No, he went through it all. Botox, obviously filling, smile line, whatever.
Yeah.
All of that. Photography as well. And I wrote an article. Then we have to present an article to satisfy the diploma.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, but I was ready now working with Fish Bay, and then I did another postgrad at UWC for author. I think that was interceptive author.
Orthodontics, yeah.
And then
so while you're working in private, you just randomly every now and then you go to Cape Town and Pretoria. What's the point of these things for you specifically?
I feel I missed out at varsity because I was just overwhelmed.
Right.
This way, I could learn things on my own.
Okay, so it's to upskill.
Now I've got control.
Yeah.
I'm in control of my life's narrative now.
Yes.
And I like that.
Okay.
I mean, and then I was doing that, and then when something significant happened in my life, then I had a major bike accident. I was doing a lot of off-road biking and jumps and that sort of thing.
In Namibia?
In Namibia, yeah. I moved that time to soccer mints with a girlfriend at that time.
Yeah.
Well, man, I must tell you that story later. But in any case, so I met this girl. Mm-hmm. Let's quickly go back. We'll get to the motorbike part quickly now. So I met this girl in a bar.
Right.
And my mom, being an only child, guess what? Your mom's going to say, you never pick up a girl in the bar.
Okay.
But it doesn't count because it's Joe's House, sort of like a restaurant bar sort of thing. You know? So I'm staying with her a bit because I bought this property, this house, building this house in Meersig, which is in Walvish Bay.
Okay.
Double story, very nice place. And then, but they're behind contract. Builders, all right?
Okay.
So I've got no place to stay. My contract, the place I'm renting is ending now.
Yeah.
The place that I'm building is only finishing in 9 months.
Yeah.
So I've got nowhere to go. So this girl phones me out of the blue, and we're not even dating anything. So she was thinking about it. I heard you had a problem, Andrew. Why don't you come stay with me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I did the smart thing.
Mm-hmm.
I put the phone down quickly. I needed time to figure this out. I phoned my pops. I'm like, listen, Dad, this chick, I barely know her, said this. He goes quiet. He's like, what's your problem?
Yeah.
Just take her up on the offer, So I moved in with her,
Right.
But just, as a share the rent.
What year is this now? 2014, 16? 2016.
Somewhere there. It's a bit hazy there. And so I'm enjoying the bikes now. I like the MX jumping and stuff. And then I take a wrong jump and file 20 meters of this bike on my leg that they were thinking of wanting to amputate it.
Really?
No jokes.
Sheesh.
And it's spiral fracture, compound. It was a mess. I've got a
right leg.
Yeah. Got a pin from my knee all the way to my foot, keeping it together to this day.
Shoo.
So that's I was stuck in. I wasn't allowed to move out of my bed for 3 months.
Right.
That's how bad the accident was.
Hopefully you've got disability insurance and things
I
like
did.
that pay.
No, yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I mean that's devastating to a dentist, right? You can't do it. You
what
have
must
to
I
be
do?
there to do your work. You can't
Yeah.
work from home.
It was the PPS. I mean, I'm not. This is not a sponsored event or anything.
Yeah.
But PPS really helped me out there.
Yeah.
And then then I did another postgrad.
No, I'm just laughing at the
It's a
fact,
holiday.
the
It's
fact
like
that you're saying it's not a sponsored thing. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that
Just
with the
putting it out
viewers
there, yeah.
and the listeners.
Or we might just pull out this sponsored by PPS. But anyways, so I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get up on my own. Nothing. That's how it was bad.
And who was taking care of you?
This girlfriend.
Okay.
And she had to wash me everything. So then after this whole thing, I decided, you know what, I might as well get married to this girl.
Okay.
And and that's how it worked.
Oh, and that's the girl, not you say this girl.
Yeah,
it's your wife.
It's my wife.
Oh, okay. I thought the story was going somewhere else.
No, we got married.
That's the veterinary.
I'm still saying it out.
The vet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you guys are, but you've got kids and
we've got 2 beautiful daughters and
pets.
Oh man, too many.
Too many. She's a vet, so I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh man, too many. But we've got a Rottweiler with a hearing problem.
Yeah.
I mean it in a colloquial term. This dog does not listen.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yes.
Can hear, but just doesn't listen.
Yeah.
So now, what's the conversation like at dinner? I mean, a vet and a dentist.
Okay. So
wait.
Yes?
Because at least her patients don't come there and say, "I hate you." Like, why do dental patients actually say, "I hate the dentist"? They come to you and they say, "I hate you."
Do they have any idea?
It's not. I'm not the only person that's experienced this. I know I've spoken to many dentists.
Everyone.
Like, dental patients feel the need or like to say, "I hate dentists."
Just to voice it.
To sit on the chair. And, like, I've never gone to a professional and say, "I hate X profession."
Maybe we're living in a society where people just don't respect the doctor.
Do you think doctors should be respected?
I think so, because
why?
Because we work our butts off.
Okay, but so do.
No, I mean, I think a professional, we should actually respect each other.
Okay.
But that is not.
Here, I'll agree with you.
But that is not happening in nowadays society.
Yeah.
I think it's falling beyond. I think your core values, it's out the window, dude.
Okay.
You don't. I mean, this sort of thing. If I spoke to, let's say, Chris, 40 years ago, they would never say that.
Oh, Chris, Dr. Pullen.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
There was no such thing like, "I hate the dentist." They might make it as a passing comment, as a joke, but not that flat, blank, straightforward, sort of thing.
I get you.
And then I say to them, my comeback is, sometimes I say, "Don't worry, the feeling's mutual."
Right. And how do they react?
They don't know how to react, because it is there to put the spanner in the gear, just to put them off course. That it's not, just to let them know it's not okay.
Well, I wouldn't recommend you say that to patients, but I mean, that's my official line.
But it's not meant as a threat or anything. It's sort of trying to break the ice, sort of thing. Then I tell them, come, let's chill, and we develop I don't actually, most of the time I don't work on the patient. And I think that's how you break that.
I love that you're getting into this, because I actually was literally going to ask you the next question is like, what's your approach to patients and caring for them? So how do you, patient comes, sits down, or how do you deal with them?
I hate the word rapport.
You hate the word?
Rapport.
Okay.
I want to develop a relationship.
Right.
A professional relationship.
Right.
A trusting relationship. And now we get back to respectful relationship. Only once you've got that, try it.
So how do you do it?
I get to know them, get to ask them. I genuinely want to know about you.
Yeah.
That is who I am. That's also why I became a doctor. I like people. I like to know, who are you? Tell me. What do you do? This and this and that, and then I tell them about myself. But we get that baseline. And then you move on to the next thing. Why are you here? Tell me, what's happened to you? Why this and that? Just that if I can understand what's happened to this person, I can control the story, the narrative. Where is this going to go?
Okay.
And then we work together, and we form a respectful relationship after that. Then we meet, it's all in a professional sense of the being.
Yeah.
Meaning that I say, listen, this is what I see.
Yeah.
And I break down and I go through it step by step. I spend about an hour.
Yeah. Just
on if a patient wants.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're still their own boss, and if they just want me to draw and fall, that's also fine. But I love it when they want to take the time.
How do you have that? Do you sit them down on the dental chair, or do you guys sit on a normal chair first before you get in? How does it work?
We sit them up on a normal dental chair, but I come around.
Okay.
And I sit eye to eye,
right, like
that.
Okay.
And I say, how's things going? And we just that I'm in their space and I'm here for you. Forget about everyone. Tell me about you. This is your time. Forget that we're running behind. That guy can wait too.
Yeah.
Tell me, I want to know about you. And that people seem to respect that.
Do they appreciate that?
They love it. It really works. And
is that what you think maybe can set you apart? Not you specifically, but anyone. A person, a dentist apart from another dentist?
For sure, 100%. And then once you start running a practice like that and not a sausage mill, a sausage factory, you start appreciating it.
Yeah.
You start really understanding, helping people. And I mean, I'm getting very serious now.
I like this.
But it is.
We have to be serious. A lot of people will say to you, but we don't have time for that. I don't have time to spend an hour talking to a patient because I've got to bill and run a business at the same time also. So how do you balance that? And how do you
lawsuits also take time.
Lawsuits.
That also takes time.
Yeah.
So if you don't understand what the patient wants and build a relationship, it can go either way. And I'm you as a lawyer can hopefully also, you understand and respect what I'm getting at is
no, I get that.
Know the patient and have full consent.
I fully get that.
Yeah.
And I in an ideal world, say spend as much time as you need, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, you're also running a business, a private practice. And can you make it feasible, to have those long conversations? Do you control how much you charge, or is medical aid rates?
Medical aid rates.
The doctors in South Africa complain a lot about medical aid funding, and
Yeah. We're in the same boat.
Same boat.
Oh yeah.
But you make it work. Even with the time that you take.
I think where things come where it's different is I spend the time, and I kind of see it as all those cavities that you're gonna miss. You've now picked them up and you've really studied this patient. Now this patient you've made a trust, and it's easy to work with, and then it goes easy. You're gonna as a lawyer, you don't charge the patient or the person straight away, and unless you've had the consultation. I mean, that's how you make your money, right?
Okay, it depends where you go. We charge for every SMS and WhatsApp and email and everything. That's why.
Oh, is it? Is that why the coolish?
Yeah, no, but I get what you look. So
you need to first
you invest time.
Exactly. But it's an investment.
But what you're saying is it's workable. You're not going to bankrupt yourself by doing that.
No.
So you can still
do it.
Be successful and profitable and all that sort of stuff.
Because now you're moving away from a crisis management to a management case.
Okay. So you've done 6 postgrad now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Orthodontics, aesthetic dentistry, pediatrics,
yeah.
Whatever, all these things, right?
Yeah.
Where are you going with this, Günther? What's the end game? What's the plan?
Well, at the moment I'm busy with my PhD.
Your PhD?
So, yes. Can you believe it? Imagine this conversation.
Yeah, no, I would have thought if we were in 2010, Kavir would have laughed at us both.
Yeah.
If we had to say, Günther's going to be a PhD. Is it a PhD in dentistry?
Yeah.
Not some random.
It's
not law or something.
We
or philosophy.
Philosophy, I love that. No, it's I'm doing it through the University of UNAM.
University of?
UNAM.
That's Namibia.
That's University of Namibia.
Yeah.
And fantastic prof. He was absolutely very cool people with Prof Buchanan as well.
Glenn, man. Yeah.
We just mentioned now.
We were in the same class as this guy.
Yeah.
So how does that work? In Namibia, is it linked to University of Pretoria? Or?
No, he's just a supervisor
Okay.
But because he's done something similar,
Yeah.
Quinton Vessels, that's my main supervisor.
In Namibia.
Yeah. He was actually also from Tux, and he went overseas and came back, and
Yeah.
sorry, but so he's my main supervisor, and my second supervisor is actually Glenn. And
Okay. And what are you doing? What is this PhD in?
it's on root canal systems, where we're sort of mapping out the amount of root canals and trying to predict. Let's say we've got a 1-1 in the front tooth. What is the prediction going to be in this population, so that you can make an informed decision?
Günther, slow it down. Dumb it down for the non-dentist.
Oh, geez. Oh.
So every tooth has a root. Every tooth has a root. Everybody knows what a root is. And inside the root is a canal.
That's right.
And different teeth have different shapes of canals. We call it morphology and all that stuff. There's different structure.
Yeah.
But upper left first molar generally has similar types of variations of morphology and structure.
That's right. Yeah.
Did I do it okay? Did I do
That's
okay
100%.
job?
Yeah.
Okay. So now your PhD is about?
It's about. I actually wish we had a tooth here somewhere. But let's say we have a tooth, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to look at all the teeth from your first molar to the front. So the meaning your first chewing tooth to the front, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then we're going to look at like you said, the insides. What's happening there? Is it one going all the way down, entering the body, or is it splitting, or what's happening? And through that, we're going to put it through a database, and then we're going to do some statistics with that, so to speak. Obviously, I can't go further than that. But
oh, is it okay? Is it like it's classified?
It's not classified.
I think it's too technical.
It's quite technical, yeah.
Okay.
It's quite a thing, and as part of the thesis, I first need to complete that, and then we can have this conversation afterwards.
When do you think you'll be done with that?
Whew. Never.
That's a good answer. I think apparently that's a lot of PhD students think they'll never be done. Right?
You just it just feels like it's a bottomless pit at the moment. I mean, I'm hoping end of next year, maybe.
Yeah.
Just with the data collection, right? That's not writing it up with.
How do you collect the data?
Well, I've got my own CBCT, and I've had it for.
That's a CT machine, like a scanner.
Sorry, that's a 3D
scanner,
X-ray scanner thing.
Yeah.
And I've actually got a lot of scans from there, and a couple of dentists in Windhoek have been sending me scans.
No, you scan live patients.
Live patients, yeah. If I'm going to do a root implant or whatever, or there's a pathology I'm not too happy about. And,
in your private practice?
In my private practice.
Ah, okay.
So I always say it wrong. It's not analyze it. It's you make it anonymous.
Anonymous. Anonymize it.
Anonymous. And
you anonymize it. Okay,
anonymize it, and it's just a number.
Ah, okay.
And that's
so it might be a few years with that. But it's amazing, isn't it? So, like, we were painting the picture of these useless students in undergrad because that's what it was, right?
Yeah. You being on the head of the,
Don't rope me into your thing.
I'm not playing. Okay, no blowing smoke.
And now you're doing a PhD in dentistry. Like, it's amazing.
It's amazing what one person can do, right?
One person can. What do you really think it was Chris Pullen who's that one person? When you say one person,
I think he was the antagonist to it. Yes.
Oh,
I think he was just that person.
The catalyst. Yeah.
He's just the person that I just needed. Needed that, so. And
amazing.
Changes
Brilliant.
things, eh? Networking.
Brilliant. Networking, mentorship, helping colleagues.
Exactly.
Now let's outside clinical work.
All right.
What do you do for fun? What interests you? I saw you posted something on YouTube, skydiving. I mean, are you a big
No, I did it once, and
yeah.
And I don't think I'll do it in a hurry. But if you come, we'll do it together.
Okay, so it won't happen.
But it's free if you do it naked, eh?
Really? Or you just
I'm dead serious.
Okay. That's not going to happen. Clothed or naked. I don't see I know people that do it. Doesn't appeal to me.
No, it's not.
So what do you do for fun? I mean, you play guitar, you posted that thing of the gig.
Yes. I love that.
What?
That is cool. Playing guitar. I do box guitar like normal, and then I love just grinding it out. You know, if you stress at work, anything, best way to get rid of your stress is sports, swim, whatever, and just jam. Just hook it up to the amp and you just let rip. Hey?
Disturb the neighbors.
Especially when they had a 21st party the night before. And you're early bird.
So guitar and you still swim and stuff, play sport.
Yeah.
Like that.
4 or 5 times a week I try.
Really? That's a lot. Okay.
It's, yeah, you know.
Swimming or what?
Swimming, yeah. I try and get about 1.5 to 2 Ks in every day.
Okay. And do you do training of students and mentorship and all? Not yet, eh? Or don't you do
are we
that as part
are we
of
talking about swimming or dentistry now?
Both. Anything.
Both.
Yeah.
I did a bit of training for kids for swimming.
Yeah.
But you know, Yash, you know, time just runs away with you, eh?
Of course.
It feels like the older you get, eh? Your time just, you know, your family demands it.
Yes.
It's tough, eh?
Yeah.
Dentistry and stuff, well, I did a mentorship thing for at varsity.
Yeah.
But other than that, I get a lot of phone calls in the morning from colleagues, for instance, especially younger guys that are struggling. And before I even start, and they'll tell me what's going. You know, they just want someone to talk to.
What's your favorite type of like clinical work to do? Like, do you love root canals or?
I actually like. Believe it or not, I love doing root canals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just assumed you're doing a PhD in the.
I love it. No, I'm glad that you asked that. Yeah. I love doing root canals. I think it depends on how things are going. You know, some days I love doing implants. Some days I love doing ortho. So that's why.
So you do all the stuff, eh?
I do all of that. So that's why I can't just do one speciality. Also, I like to just.
What's something that you'd least look forward to?
At least extractions.
Really? Okay,
that's obvious.
Yeah, I mean, you've done enough in Ermelo.
I think I've
been there, done that.
I've made the quota, you know.
Okay, all right. I mean, what's the long-term goal with this PhD? Is it just to keep you occupied, or
no? I'd love to. If again this conversation year end with anyone in our class, you would love. But I enjoy the academics. I really enjoy the academics, but I want to do like Prof. Peter's saying, you know, where he's
Van der Vever.
Yes. He's got his private practice and he's so affiliated with the university.
Yeah.
I want to try something like that.
Okay.
But it will have to be in union. But that way I can still
Why would it
touch everything.
So Namibia has a dental school?
Yes, yeah. For the last 6 years, I think. 5 or 6 years.
Quite fresh.
Yeah. They started with a bang, straight into dentistry, yeah.
Interesting. Oh, so that might be your thing, academia and mix of private and academics.
Yeah, and I mean, that's great because maybe you get into this rut of, you know, drawn for and whatever. We always joke about that, but maybe, and it's good to get a change. Change is as good as holidays. So just to try do something and then come back into it.
Speaking of change, I mean, if you could change anything about dentistry, like the profession, just anything, random.
Wow. Change anything.
Yeah.
I guess.
Do you get along with your colleagues and things? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, colleagues.
Because Namibia is probably
very small, very competitive. No, we
competitive.
We get along with the colleagues, all right.
So it's healthy competition.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I think competition is healthy. You need it, you know. Otherwise, you end up as a sloth. Yash, I don't know. Okay. What would I change in dentistry if you caught me there, mate?
Somebody used to say, somebody in campus used to say, you know, dentistry is just great. Dentistry is easy if it wasn't for the patients. But I think it was Dan Arnold made that joke.
Yes.
Okay, but that's fine. Yeah.
I wish I could have X-ray vision.
Right.
Imagine that, eh?
Why?
Then you could see what you're doing the whole time.
But you got a CBCT, it's fine.
No, I don't have anything.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll send you a comment later.
Let's move on to something lighthearted, lightning round type of thing.
No, I hate these. This is where my, you know, where.
And here I've written down some. I mean,
okay, let's do this.
So, what's one thing you wish more patients understood about dentistry?
That we're not there to hurt you.
Mm.
We're there to help you.
Okay. You think that they
They-
just think that we...
Yeah, I really think sometimes they think we're there to hurt them, you know?
Yeah, but on that point, I feel like I think patients just think that dentists are there to make money, like big money.
I know. And if they only knew what the stuff costs.
Yeah. So
Then-
isn't that one thing? It's
That's-
not. We're not
that's-
actually
there we go.
coining it.
Yeah, there we go. If they, maybe the cost of materials or something,
Yeah.
you know? That's definitely something I would like to change.
I already asked you this.
Not that it's going to
I
happen.
already
but-
asked you this question about why do patients tell dentists that they hate dentists. We'll never know,
you,
right?
you needed to get it out quick.
We'll
you
never know.
No.
Best piece of advice you've ever received? If something doesn't come to mind, it's fine. I'll move on to the next one.
Best piece of advice. I think it was, again, from what Bullen said, you know?
Mm.
Just be kind, be courteous, and just be a good guy. And the patients feel this sort of thing.
I can't wait for him to watch this thing. I mean,
Yeah. I was actually going to get him on camera.
yeah, maybe we'll get him here one day. How did he convince Streit, of all people, to stay in? Any book, podcast, movie that's impacted your life?
Whew. Okay. Book definitely. It was. I actually thought about it the other days. I think it's not. I want to say James Patterson, but it's not. It's a book called The Tipping Point. I just can't remember. John Malkwell.
Okay.
Max Malkwell. Something like that.
Right.
Tipping Point. It's definitely something to read. Just helps you understand a little bit of psychology, psychic of human being relation. Another book maybe is James Gordon or something. He's a motivational. I can't remember the surname right now or the name. But he wrote a book on the 12 steps of life or something like that. It's very fantastic. Definitely if you check his podcasts and that sort of thing.
Do you listen to podcasts and stuff a lot? Not really.
In the background, if you've got hundreds of scans to go through, you just want to have a ear out to something else. But I like space things. That's cool.
What's that?
Space stuff.
Like, what are you into the cosmos and Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah. No, not so much them, but I mean like history of space stuff. You know?
I love his YouTube channel, man. He interviewed Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, what?
The guy,
really?
Who's Lawrence Fishburne's the guy with Morpheus, right?
Yeah.
There's a 1-hour interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson and Lawrence Fishburne. And Neil deGrasse Tyson is a huge Matrix fan.
Of course.
You must watch this thing if you're into Matrix and you're into like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Fascinating interview, like talking about the Matrix.
Nice. Blue, what was it? Blue and red or something? Blue and red
the blue pill and the red pill. Yeah. Okay, here's another lightning question. If you could have dinner with any 3 people, living or dead, who would they be?
Okay, so I'd like to. I would have John Steenkamp.
Okay.
I know it's a political.
John Steenkamp, the DA guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to.
Interesting.
I'd like to pick his brain a bit, you know, and just understand what he's going through, and with the transition in this GNU, right?
Yeah.
In this country, probably Neil Armstrong is another one.
Yeah.
I'd like to get a first-hand account. What was it like? I want to hear. There's certain things that you can hear what they said on video and stuff, but you don't feel it.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And then
you don't know the backstory. I mean, look, if people looked at Günther Streit now, they'll be like, okay, PhD student, successful dentist.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know all the stuff about the struggles and all the backstory.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm grateful that you shared so openly.
No, I'm glad that you've done me a favor, because I've actually never spoken about myself to anyone, except obviously the wife.
Yeah.
Okay, 3rd person, maybe you.
All right. That's just Günther just wants me to take him to dinner now and pay for dinner afterwards. Yeah, we're in Joburg, and he's staying
Monty.
Monty. He flew down. You flew down just for the concert, eh?
Yeah.
And when you go back?
Monday.
Yeah.
And
so practice is closed Monday.
Monday practice. Practice is just reception, your skeleton scarf.
Okay.
Scarf, look
Yeah.
at me. Staff. But other than that, you need a break, eh? You need to take
That's
some
lovely.
time out for yourself.
Do you work 5 days a week or 7 days, 6 days a week?
6 days, yeah.
Monday to Saturday.
Yeah. But I take a lot of off time.
Proper grind.
I won't lie. With academics and stuff, I try and make it a holiday as well.
Yeah.
So if we're going to Cape Town for something, I pack the kids, wife, everyone, and we go.
So you got a boy and a girl, eh?
2 girls.
2 girls.
But they are busy. Ooh.
How old?
The one is turning 5 now in Feb.
Mm.
And just a few days before your one.
Yeah.
And the other one is 2.5.
Okay.
And she is a demon.
2 girls,
sorry.
eh? 2 girls.
I should have listened to my dad.
Yeah.
He said to me, you better be good and that sort of thing. Otherwise, you're going to get your own back.
And it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, I usually ask the question, but I'll put it in this way now. If your girls come to you and say, Dad, I think I want to be a dentist. And I see you, for the listeners, you've raised your eyebrows immediately. I don't know if you did it consciously or
I think that was unconscious.
Subconsciously.
Yeah.
Let's just say they come to you and say, Dad, I want to be a dentist. Be honest, what would you say?
Go for it.
Really?
I'll be honest. Yeah. I will make sure that I raise my girls to be have strong depositions, strong personalities, and be even more prepared than what I was not growing up, so that they can make informed decisions, that they know what they're getting themselves into, and they can be anything they want.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
And I will sit with them, and then I will gladly explain, because I think it is great that both my wife and myself, we actually both studied at Tuks.
Yeah.
So and she also failed the second year.
Okay.
So we were just meant to be, but that we can give our own accounts of what it's really like and tell them what, that they can prepare themselves. If they still want to do it, do it.
Okay. So you'll support them
100%
in anything.
Yeah.
And is there anything like deep down inside you want them to become?
Astronauts, man.
Astronauts. Okay.
I mean, how cool. That is
Olympic swimmers.
Olympic swimmers, yeah. But I mean, how cool. That is something I want to do before I pass on. I want to go see a rocket launch.
Okay. Me too. We can
not a New Glenn. I want to see, and it doesn't matter actually. I'm just pulling
a rocket launch.
Just a rocket. I want to see some.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me you want to go to space or something with like Elon Musk's.
Yeah, no, that's.
I wouldn't want my kids to be astronauts. I'd be too scared.
Yeah,
Be like, that's like, you never know.
It's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you say go for it, and if anybody comes to you and says, "I want to be a dentist," you'll encourage it.
I'll sit and I do it to this day, knowing that I don't see. Remember in our final year, there was a guy that came. I don't know where he was from, Nelspruit or something. And he said, and he actually really gave us a very depressing lecture, how we are all competition to each other. And remember that?
No.
And maybe it's good.
There's a handful of lectures that I remember.
Yeah.
In the whole
which one? What do you remember?
There's one.
Yeah.
And it was probably when we were still in the medical students. The guy came up. This is the only part I remember.
Yeah.
He said, "Hi, my name is Dr. Cock and I'm a sexologist." And he said, "And that's not a joke." And he said, "And that's not a joke."
Yeah.
Everybody laughed. I remember that.
Yeah.
Then there was, I think it was a pathology lecture.
Okay.
With Dr. McKeegan. Well, Prof. McKeegan.
Yes,
the guy from New Zealand who used to swear like a pirate in every lecture. I loved him. Right? But his lecture, I remember he showed us the first slide, and it was a pathology lecture about like identifying, when there's a motor vehicle accident and using dental records to identify deceased and stuff when they're burnt down.
Yes.
The first slide, I think he had a whole, is it like a bunch of, I don't know what's the collective noun for zebra, like, an investec of zebras. But, and he said, "Can you guys tell the difference between..."
Yeah. Is this a white zebra with black stripes or?
No, and he said, but the zebra can identify one another. because they all look different.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
To
Yeah.
them,
with you, yeah.
because they're in the same species, but it's like as if
It's like
how we
instinct.
recognize different humans.
Yeah.
And then the second slide he had was a slide full of one race, and he said, "Can you?" And he's like, "Don't feel bad. It's actually natural that all of these people look the same to you, but to them they all look very unique."
Yeah.
So he was trying to explain how
that
the
is
outward experience.
I don't remember.
So that's the lecture I remember.
Yeah.
Like 2 of them.
Wow.
And everything else is just a blur.
Maybe
to
it
me.
wasn't. It's not needed. You sort of put it back. Like inside out.
It's just a blur to me.
Put it back. One lecture I remember instinctively. Professor Apatu.
Yeah. What about the prof?
I could not understand.
Okay. Yeah, but that was also
physiology, second year.
Yeah, that was also when we were in med school. Eh?
Yeah,
that's a long time ago.
Because of him, I had to get my Silverton. I bought my Silverton book, and I started studying physiology because I could not understand what.
Well, so the guy motivated you.
Yeah, he did. He actually did. Unwillingly, unknowingly. Beware. What is that? That's doctorate physiology saying. Beware of unintended consequences.
Okay. Oh, and then there's also the one slide. Don't let the sun set on pus. It was on our maxillofacial.
Okay. Yeah.
And because the University of Pretoria is a lot of Afrikaans, so English is not the first language for a lot of some of the older lecturers, especially. Yeah. And the slide, I won't forget it because it says, "Don't let the sun set on pus," meaning if there's an abscess and there's pus, you must drain it, right? Yeah. Don't let the patient go.
Let it fester there. Yeah.
But it was spelt PUSS.
Oh.
So I found that hilarious. And it's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah. A slip of the finger.
Yeah, anyway, Günther.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much. It was fun. I had so much fun.
I hope you did.
Yeah.
Might have to edit a few things.
No, I don't. I was about to say, luckily there's nothing to cut out really.
Yeah.
It was fun. Thank you for being so open and honest. And I think people are going to appreciate the
How long was this now?
I don't know. We'll check, but it's probably been a couple of hours. It might actually be the longest interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we whitewashed this one, right?
And I hope that you have a safe trip here in Joburg. Enjoy the concert.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
What's it? Offspring,
Green Day,
and Polisika.
Yeah, Polisika.
Have fun there.
So trying to keep it PG-13.
Yeah, I can't say the first part of that. And then safe flight back to how long is the flight?
About 2.5.
2.5 hours.
Yeah,
not bad.
Not bad. I mean, you've got, it's like a holiday now. So a few glasses of wine.
Yeah, and you're fine. And
really smooth sailing.
Namibia. So are you inviting me? I can come stay with you there.
Come over.
Free accommodation.
Yeah. Come over.
How much? I just got to clean.
You just got to clean and watch the kids. Hey, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
No such thing as a free lunch. Okay, I'll see you in Namibia. Maybe we'll do a part 2 then.
All right.
Or maybe we'll get
Dr. Staskan.
The good wife one. Yeah. Talking about
she's also
vet science. Eh?
Very interesting stories there. Yeah.
Yeah. If she'll come on, I'll gladly have her on. Yeah.
Let's see that.
Cool, man. All right. Thanks a lot, bro. I had fun.
See you around. Oh man, my leg is now.